Today, we're making cold brew coffee for really cheap. Welcome back, everybody. As I said, today we are going to learn how to make cold brew coffee on a budget. I see on Instagram loads and loads and loads of people spending so much money on cold brew coffee, and that is silly. So silly. So what I did, I went out on Amazon and bought a cold brew bag. I got a jug, and I got some coffee that I like. This is Kirkland Costco medium roast ground coffee. You can't go wrong with this. I can't stress this enough. At the beginning of the pandemic, when I started being home all day, every day, I was making 2.5 gallons of this a week. This bag will make up to 2.5 gallons. Now, it takes longer to steep it at 2.5 gallons, but hey, you're saving tons and tons and tons of money. I bought 2 of these bags. I think they were 2 bags for $10. This bag is like $11 at Costco. This is like $1, $2 at Walmart for one of these gallon jugs. So all I'm going to do is fill up this bag with coffee. Now, I'm not going to fill the whole bag up with coffee because I'm only making a gallon instead of 2 gallons. But you'll see. I can hear you all saying, but Dustin, I know how to make coffee. You just brew it and put it in the fridge. Yeah, you can do that, but it's going to be far more acidic. This is going to be brewed in cold water over a day or 2. So usually you can brew 1 batch on Saturday to be ready by Monday. And repeat. I guess it all depends on how much cold brew you're drinking. I was buying the Colombian coffee in the cans from Costco. There's 12 cans in a package for like $14. I was buying 2 of those at a time. And man, that stuff got expensive real fast. I was drinking 2 cans a day and I wanted more, but I couldn't afford it. So here's what I'm going to do. Got this out. We're going to move this over here. I'm going to put this in, and what I'm going to do here for the first couple, I'm going to make sure this gets good and wet, because one thing that I noticed is if you take a huge bunch of this and just drop it in the water, it may not all get wet. So we're going to take this and we're going to pour it in like this. So we know all that's going to get wet. I'm going to close this off. Now, I go around and tie the outside like this. Leave it slack a little bit. Run this under. Now I'm going to hold that and I'm going to go fill this up the rest of the way with water. Okay, now we're full of water. I'm just going to take the lid, drop it in. I'm going to lock it in place. See, we got the little string hanging out here, so it's not going to fall to the bottom. So when you're done, you can pull it out. I will find a spot in the fridge for this. And then in a day or 2, I will pick back up and we will show you what it looks like. All right, we're back. I just pulled the cold brew coffee out of the refrigerator. It's been in there for a couple of days, longer than I normally leave it, but you know, things get in the way. But we have it here. What I'm going to go ahead and do is open this up here. You can see the bag, let that drain out a little bit. What I'm going to do is move this over to the sink, drain it out, We'll give it a taste test and I'll give you my final thoughts on this. So what we're gonna do is a taste test of this cold brew. Normally I would leave this in for about 1 to 2 days. It's been in my fridge for about a week, to be honest with you. But normally it would be 24 to 48 hours, let it steep. Add in my trusty heavy whipping cream. Give it a taste test. So good. It's really hard to imagine that the difference between cold and hot brew is that big. So I would always make a big pot of coffee, as you do, put the rest of it in the fridge and drink it the next day cold, and then make a new pot of hot coffee. Since we've had our Instant Pod coffee maker, which is an espresso and a Keurig in one, I no longer even have a full pot coffee maker, I don't think. At least it might be in the garage. I was really hooked on cold brew for a long time, so I was making this 2.5 gallons at a time. This was only about a gallon. Though the cost savings of this is ridiculous. I know what cold brew goes for. I know you can spend $4 for an 11-ounce can at the grocery store if you're not careful. You might be able to get some in a big bottle, $5 for 64 ounces or something like that. Now, that may be something that some of you enjoy. It may be cheaper for you in the long run because you're not using your time. But trust me, this is cost effective and it doesn't take that much work. Really, it doesn't. Just a couple of minutes of your time and then you pull it out of the fridge and you're good to go. If this is going to be something that you try, please let me know in the comments down below. If you do this and you find that you enjoy it and you see that it does save you money, let me know. As always, if you found value in this video, please like, share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you later.